Right guys, welcome back to the Regal Gentleman Studio. Today we've got Dan in the chair. How you doing?
Yeah, we're alright, mate.
Good?
Not too bad. Yeah,
Good man, good.
How about
So,
yourself?
I'm good, thank you, yeah. It's raining, but I'm alright, you know. It is, isn't it? Yeah. Welcome to England. So what are we doing? What's the plan today?
Yeah, so I found your video through his like Hector Bellerin like mullet sort of thing.
Okay.
And yeah, so I've sort of had like long hair for 3 years or so now, and I just need a change. I'll never wear it down because it looks like this.
Okay.
But, yeah, so I want to sort of like keep quite a bit of length, but I want like a long like curly sort of look into a mullet, like not too short on the sides. But yeah, then maybe like down to like shoulder length-ish. I don't really know.
Okay. Curly, have you got curly hair?
Well, it's like wavy, it's a weird one. I feel like I'd like to see if I could get a bit more curly. I want to try and find ways to make it curlier.
Right, okay.
It's like, yeah, it's wavy at the moment. So it's like,
Okay.
So, yeah.
Don't know how I'm gonna curl that, mate. I haven't. I've never tried curling straight hair before, mate, on camera. So that'll be interesting. Okay, so have you got any images of this? Because this is sounds more like it sounds quite a tailored one to you. But have you got anything that you've got you can show me?
So I'll show you like the Hector Bellerin one. It's like that, I think, which is like the photo I saw.
Okay.
So that sort of thing.
So I did notice though.
Yeah.
You want the mullet, right?
Well, not like, so it's like, I don't want like proper like...
No, because
so
it's either a mullet or it's not, right? That's we've got to halt that one because you can't have either or.
Right, okay.
Because otherwise it doesn't look right.
Yeah,
it's either got to be like that
or
not, because then it changes completely. But you've shaved the underneath of your hair.
Yeah, so that's the one thing that's annoying.
Which is like, a bit of a nightmare, really, mate, because that's where a lot of the length comes from for this haircut.
Is there no way it would like come down?
We can hide it, but again, you're starting a bit higher up, so it's not it might not fall the way you want it to, because the neckline needs to be a part of it, you see.
Yeah, that's the annoying thing. You can sort of tell it's like just mates doing it because it was just sort of getting in the way.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's just when you're going for a mullet, that's where the mullet comes from. Yeah.
Okay.
If we take this in, quite a few images of his there.
Yeah, so like, I don't like where it's like proper like high. I like it a bit more like that, where it's a bit more like
just grown out essentially.
Yeah, just like grown out and a little bit like messy, not like complete like. You said it's a lot shorter there. I'd probably prefer a little bit more length, if possible. It's a mullet, but it's not like an obvious one, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's the sort of vibe I'm going for. Like the video you did of the guy was like, I thought his hair looked really good. Yeah, this guy. So I like his hair as well.
Yeah,
like, you know, like should have grown out mullet and then
Okay. I think
sort of goes like
your hair texture is very different to all them. So we're probably your hair's it feels a lot finer than there. So I feel like the shorter the better. But essentially, I can see where you're going with it, but I'm just a little bit worried that you've shaved the sides and the neck. Yeah. It's not ideal.
Right, okay,
because it takes away a fair chunk of what we leave as the perimeter down the bottom.
Slowly just grew up, like one of those things.
Yeah, it will. But it's just, it is a shame, but it is what it is. It has gone an inch and a half or so into the hair.
Yeah.
So when you take more hair off here, it doesn't hang as well or as low.
Okay, that makes
sense.
You
might have to leave it a bit longer to get that same kind of scrunch.
Yeah, okay.
Otherwise, if you go too short, it'll just leave a gap here. You'll kind of see this bit coming through a bit.
Okay, whatever you
so you might need to leave it to probably about sort of like that length there. I would say probably like just bang on there.
Yeah.
I would probably suggest, because then that way you can texturize it. Because again, when there's bits missing, we need these bits. They're important, you know.
Okay. No, that makes sense. I've given you a challenge, Max.
Yeah, you have. But you know, it's worth it because it'll look nice when it's done. So okay. I think lengthwise on the sides then, you probably want to cut it to about, so if this is still going to keep length in, you probably want to cut this to sort of about here like that.
Yeah, sort of
that's what you want to do.
Yeah,
so it just sits sort of as it pushes back a touch, because they all push back.
Yeah.
As it pushes back, it just kind of falls just on the middle of the ear kind of thing, so it pushes over. Yeah. Then that way it kind of separates into the back. And then the top it's basically like two haircuts in one.
Yeah.
So you've got like almost like a centre part 95 on the top and into the sides, and then you've got a mullet at the back. That's essentially what it is. It just isn't. I don't know what the word is. If anyone knows the name and terminology of this haircut, I have no idea. But it's just a bit of a kind of it's a bit of a fusion between two different sort of hairstyles.
It's like want to go mid-length, but don't want to go all the way to a mullet.
Definitely. I just don't know whether you're gonna get curl.
Yeah, that's the
I might be shocked.
Well.
I might be shocked.
We used to have curtains and stuff, and we'd have a little bit of like a
A little flick almost, yeah. Okay,
obviously now it's so long, it's like there's nothing to it right now.
That's the thing. It does. The hair
but it
just
hasn't
gets
been cut into for a while because I haven't so I don't really know what the defense of it is anymore.
I've done some haircuts where like it's been pinned straight and then as it's gone shorter, it's curled and it surprised me. So I don't know. I just don't like to go in there with like, yeah, let's do this and it's going to be this, and then it doesn't turn out. That's the only thing, because I don't want it to be like get your hopes up and then it kind of comes crashing down at the end, you know. So okay. Well, if that's the sort of look you want to go for,
just like messy,
let's just kind of make it work for you.
Long look with a little bit tapered there, so it brings a bit.
And then again a shorter kind of curtains-y kind of thing. On the front,
like not ridiculous, but still, just like there-ish sort of thing.
All right, cool. All right, so
big change, but
all right, cool. Right, well let's get you gowned up and we'll get started, because you'll see this coming to life a bit more when it's all wet and sectioned off. So just shampooed and conditioned Dan's hair. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the top in. I'm going to separate the back to the sides as well. So I'm going to start with a T-section on the top. So I'm going to put this in just to start my sectioning off, because we have to split this into like 2 different haircuts essentially. So mullet was going to start at the round at the back of the head. That's where that's going to start, because as you bring this around, it comes right behind the ear. So that's where we want that to start. Okay, that's where that's all going to start from. Now once that's sectioned off, like that, I'll do the same on the other side. Same thing both sides. I just want to make sure that matches. Yeah, it's fine.
It's a good look, this, isn't it?
It's not a pretty sight, mate. No haircut that's done well looks pretty when it's getting done. All right.
I'll tell you what.
I can assure you on that one, mate. I can assure you. I'm just going to clip that up, just so it's out the way. So through the top, I'm going to work from the centre. I'm going to cut this in across this way, because I want this to fall basically on a triangular shape, because that's the way it's going to fall in. I'm going to cut the length in. So I think for yours, and if you're happy with this length, I think we should take off about that much length for the top to sit in.
Yeah,
you happy with that? Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever cool. You think. Full trust.
Thank you very much. Famous last word, you know.
Yeah, innit, trust me. I'll go crying now.
No, we don't need. We haven't had tears yet. We only had happy tears on this channel.
Oh,
we don't do sad tears. We don't do sad tears.
Fine.
Yeah, if I'm wiping your tears on the spin on the after shot, that's not going to be a good look. This is going to set me up for my guide for the back and sides. Well, for the sides, should I say. That's going to lead into the back. So, put this through here, like that. And this is how our top's going to fall in. Okay, so this is me cutting in that kind of like 90s kind of centre part kind of flow top, like a lot of the pictures we've looked at there, like so. Our next section comes here like that. And this is what starts to lead in to the sides, like so. Pull this in. Just above the round of the head, through here like that. And this is going to be our guide for the sides. So everything just flows in nicely. I'll bring it back from the front, and the front's going to be my guide for it. Like so. So that way we get a nice seamless blend from the top into the sides.
It's quite nice hearing what you're thinking when you're doing it.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing. I'm just thinking out loud, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
I mean, we call it education, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm using the guides at the top there to create the side. So one of the things is, right, you know, if you talk about it, you kind of like, you start to make it come to life a little bit, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because you're following your own sort of education in a sense.
Yeah. But it's nice to hear like what you're doing when you're cutting it, you know, haircut, like it makes sense what you're doing. You know?
Yeah, that's right, exactly. Yeah. It's got to make sense. That's what I was saying. Like, it's got to. We can't like and ah about it, right? We've really got to go for it. If we're going to do this look, we've got to go for it. That's what I was saying at the start. You know, you can't really have it can't be an either or you know what I mean? Like, it's got to be what it is. Otherwise, it just never comes to life. You know, when you're trying to pick bits apart and you're trying to add bits but keep bits, it just becomes a bit of a higgledy-piggledy sort of jigsaw-y kind of haircut, which never really looks right, you know?
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I am very indecisive. So.
No, it's fine, man. I mean, I was hoping, I think sticking to that little bit more length in it is a good idea.
Yeah,
I feel like going from long to short is very drastic, 100%. Right, so there we go. So that all falls into the sides, okay? and then the top bit falls in to the sides as well. So when that's all styled out, that's where you start to see that shape. Now we'll cut the fringe in a bit shorter as well. That's when you start to see that shape start to fall in, and then it kind of graduates into that bottom bit there. We cut that in. There we go. Now we've got our guide from behind and our guide from the left-hand side. Again, these type of haircuts don't need to be over complicated. They're very simple if you break them down. It's just a centre part with a bit of length over the ears, with a disconnect at the length at the back. That's all it is when you break it down. I know I can see more than that when you see a guy who's like an influencer and it's really cool and it's really heavily styled and all that. But there's nothing to fear really. It's just take it into account what the haircut is. Break it down to what it actually is. And then that way you can separate it and you can see for yourself exactly how to create the looks. And again, techniques I'm using now aren't out of the sort of magic box of Dan. They're just, it's a vertical section, angled slightly differently. That's all it is. So, we can create haircuts just using our basic methods. Don't need to overcomplicate it. Like so. Take a section above the round of the head. Up here like that. There's our guide. So yeah, what made you decide to take it off, Dan? What was the sort of the turning point of going, nah, I'm done?
Oh, to be fair, it took way longer than it should have done. It was like one of them where like,
what, 2 years?
I've been telling my friend I'm going to cut it for like literally like a year and a half, 2 years. Yeah, always I'm going to cut it.
Have you told them you're doing it now?
And I just can't. Yeah, I have.
Have you? Oh man, that would have been so much fun if you hadn't.
Yeah, no, I know, but yeah, I've always said I'm going to do it, and it's just so easy with long hair. It's like it's easy just to whack it in a bun and just get, as you were saying before, just get on with your day. So it's like one of those things that like, I don't know, save some money as well.
Yeah, that's right, 100%.
It was another incentive.
It's either shave it, buy a set of clippers, or grow your hair long, right? If you want to save money with a haircut, right?
Exactly that. So that was the point. But yeah, I just got sick of it after a while, and I was like, I needed a change. I've had it for so long now, since sort of COVID time. So I was like, yeah, just get rid of it.
Are you a COVID grower?
Well, I was a COVID grower, so I grew it all out during COVID. And then like went like that weird like mid-length, and then I got like a skin fade-ish, like a skin fade carton sort of thing, just like September after like the lockdown period, and then since then I've like haven't really cut it since.
Wow, okay, nice. God,
this is weird to look at already.
I was gonna say, right, I'm gonna take a section knife down the middle now. Okay, so this is what's gonna create that sort of shorter, more kind of drop effect into the sides. Let me pick this up. So much length. Look for our guide. There we go. Our guide from there. Sit much shorter. There we go. And then we work around to the back, following the guide from the right. We'll also have our other guides through the haircut as well. There we go. Move back there. Now, while we're here, we'll cut our fringe in over to marry there. Very much up. That layers in nice as it falls away. Now, once that's all done, keep that away. And we're cutting the length over the ears now as well. So you want this to fall to about here, like that. So we've got a little guide above it. And cut that in like that. And as we're here, drag down the fringe, pull this down. We start to create a slightly shorter finish there to there. Take that little corner off. Now what this starts to do is create that, obviously we'll have a separation from the back, but it also helps it marry in because it's coming down like this, then away. Same again this side. And we just follow, you see the guide through the section as you comb it down, and then that way you just marry everything together. As you pull this back, like that, there becomes the picture essentially of what you were showing me before, where the fringe falls in, you've got the kind of curtains-y bit, and then it falls over, and you have the flicks at the bottom. So what we'll do is...
It's funny to see this.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, it's weird to see, because you've got a big bun at the back up here as well, you know. But no, what's nice, what we'll do, again, that's what I was saying before, it's just like two haircuts, right? So focus on the first main bit. The back is the easiest bit, even though it's the bit that stands out the most. As the haircut goes, it's the easiest bit, because it's completely separated, so we have to do no graduation, nothing to it. We just let it fall and hang, right? That's all we do. So what I do is I focus on the bit that's the main focus, which is the sides and the top. There's more to do. So I always focus on these bits first before I go down any other route of doing the back. I put all the texture in like I'm doing now to create this kind of like wave and curl, hopefully. I'm gonna diffuse this in a minute. Let's see what we can get out of it. But this is all I do to start with, is I just start focusing on these bits so you can start to see it. And again, this is a big change, so I'm just trying to take into account for yourself. I want to see you visually seeing this come to life as well. No, you know what I mean? So not only is it good for me to do it this way, it's great for you to see.
Yeah, no, it is.
And that's important. I said to you the night at the start, like when probably, I don't know if Liam was filming still, but I said like, are you a bit nervous? And you're like, a little bit.
Yeah.
It's such a big change, isn't it? So
I don't think I've had this long of a haircut. And it's always in, out, quick, just chop the end and I'm out of there.
Yeah, that's it.
It's funny just sitting in the chair again. It's been so long.
I was going to say, it must feel weird having this,
Yeah.
I'm just going over this bit here with the razor.
It's fun though. It's like, no, I reckon it's fun. I'm excited. I'm
no, I know what you mean. Yeah. It's just a bit of apprehension, I'd imagine, because it's such a change. It's a statement haircut as well, right? You know, it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not your everyday. You haven't just gone for like a fade. You've gone for something that's quite unique. You know what I mean?
And normally I can hide it with a bit of man bun whenever I want. Just hide the hair. I just can't really hide from these sort of haircuts.
No,
but
you
it's
can't,
like, I don't know. It's coming together nice, I think.
So what we do now is we take this out and we switch the clips. Change where it was clipped up before, and we clip all this away, like so, out the way, okay? And then we cut the back in there. So I can focus purely now on the back length.
Yeah,
okay?
Absolutely. You sure you're not finished like this?
I know, yeah, well, if you want to be, mate, if you want to be. I mean, I'd be happy to go get a coffee, you know what I mean? So, it's been a long day today, man.
Yeah.
Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to cut this with the razor, because I feel like this will give a much better texture. So what I'm going to do is start off from here. I'm going to create our balance into the neckline. So I want this to sort of finish about here when it dries. So I'm going to leave it a little bit longer and then dry it in. So I'll bring this out. I'm going to pick the length, right? So if it will come from short to long. I'll angle this over slightly. It's about here. And I'm going to cut this and pull away. Like that. Just keep going until I stop. There we go. And then work above. Work down again. Grab this section from behind. Just pull away. Go back again. Like that. There's the guide here. I'm going to blunt cut this at the bottom, so we've got the nice strength towards here. So very sharp angle like that. So all the texture's coming from the razor above. But then this is sitting nice and blunt. So I'm going to go a bit higher with that actually. So about there. So that's going to dry up then like that, you see. Now just to break up the ends, I'll raise that through there like that. Use that a little bit of freehand now just to cut this in. I'm going to bring this over like that, just cut this down a little bit just as a bit more of a graduation. Put this up, turn it around, start to create a nice bit of connection by working straight up, matching point to point there. I'm just using the razor now just to fine tune the length I want to go to. What I'll do, dry this off and then see how that all falls when it's dry.
Yeah, nice. Right, I think it's coming together really nicely.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah,
it really
is. Cool. Yeah.
Just work this into the hair like this. So, I'm going to start by diffusing the back first, okay? So I want to kind of shape it from the back to the front, okay?
Nice, okay.
So what I need you to do, I need you to lean your head back for me if you don't mind. Wrap it round into a ball. And feed this in like that. How you get your hair to go the same as them pictures like that.
Yeah.
So you get that shape and the wave and everything, right? Now finish it off with a little bit of cream, okay?
Perfect.
So there's a very light hold to this, it just brings everything together.
Okay,
right?
sweet.
Just a nice little coating to the sides, to here, just to bring it all out, like that.
I really like the length. I think it's
nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Thing is, right, all you got to remember, it's just a diffuser. The haircut's so heavily cut in.
Yeah.
It is just the diffuser that creates this look.
Right.
Okay?
Do you recommend me investing in a diffuser?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to get the same look, yeah, without a doubt. A little bit of cream at the back as well, just to bring this together, okay? And that's how you get
Perfect.
that look.
Yeah, no, I love it.
It's as close to them as I can get with your hair texture, man.
Yeah,
it's good, isn't it?
No, it's really good.
So it gives you that bit more of a shape and everything else to it, you know what I mean?
I like it. I was nervous before, but...
yeah, I can imagine, man. I can imagine.
You did, it's good, so I'm happy with it.
So when you put your t-shirt on, that's where it falls to. So it falls just to the t-shirt, essentially. So if you hold that.
Yeah.
Now again, a couple of days old, things like that, it will change, it will fall heavier, things like that, but that's how it sits from behind.
Oh, sweet.
So you've got all that shape
nice.
and movement in there.
Oh, nice, okay.
It just gives you that kind of mullet effect with the obviously with the sides and everything like that, but you see all that shape, texture, the fringe is falling down, and everything just sits very natural. But that's the best best curl I'll get out of that.
Okay, sweet.
With the amount of shape that's in it.
Yeah.
But it all just still falls over the ear. So you still got like a longer haircut. So if you put a hat on, do you imagine if you put a hat on? You'd have all the flicks coming out.
Okay, sweet. Yeah.
You look completely different as well, mate. It's brought out your face shape.
That's what I mean. I'm so used to having it tied back.
But again, it's cut into this. So you don't have to worry about tying it back anymore. You just literally just get up, run your hands back, put a bit of product in if you want to, and you'll have the same look.
Yeah, no, perfect. No, I think it's sick.
It's cool, isn't it, man?
Yeah, man, I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Stan. That was awesome, mate. Thanks, man.